right, I call the meeting of the Sanborn Regional School Board to order at 6:01 PM. If we could stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Do I have any action on the minutes for January 22nd, 2025?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Great, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, unanimous. And just to do some housekeeping. So we have Heather Ingham, Jeremiah Nault, and Ken Hamilton are all excused tonight for either work or illness. So sorry to all of you that you could not be here. Okay, I have the manifest documents. I'll start signing those and send them down the path. Tom, if you want to do resignations.
Before I do resignations, I just wanted to let everyone know that I did talk with our council and we learned that we do not need to accept resignations. We only have to nominate the people that we're hiring, but resignations should be read for the public record so that people know who has resigned. And this evening we have a resignation of retirement from Brenda Goudreau and a resignation from Amy Leahy, a school counselor at the high school.
So we don't need to make a motion to accept?
We do not.
Okay. All right. New protocol. Thank you. All right. Do I have any subcommittee reports?
Oh, let me do a superintendent's
Oh,
report.
yeah.
Real quick.
Come on. The whole next meeting.
I just wanted to, mention that, wanted to thank, Dr. Bladis and, Mr. Vince Aguera and Kathleen Babcock for all of their hard work for our ski club. I really enjoyed going snowboarding with the kids the last 3 Tuesdays, and I can't wait for next year. I wish that we had a few more Tuesdays to go out. Just great to see all the kids out having fun and being together and not competing, but just playing outdoors together and not on phones and video games. I'll say it one last time, playing outdoors. Very, very cool. So I just wanted to thank them publicly and for some of our parent chaperones that have come out and everyone that's been involved. It's a big process to get everyone out to the hill and get that done. So I just wanted to say thank you publicly. Oh, and we have a band concert next Tuesday. It's the all district band concert on Tuesday, the 11th. And I'm very excited for that night. It's going to be really fun because all the kids that participate in band will be performing some pieces together.
Yes. All right. Now, do I have any subcommittee reports? All right, if there's no subcommittee reports, our student council rep is excused tonight because she is currently playing in a basketball game or will be playing in a basketball game. That was a reschedule from a snow out, I believe last week, right? Last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We get to first public comment. Since we have no public, I will move on. New business, overnight field trip, SRHS senior trip. Miss Mitchinson, if you'd like to come to the podium.
Hi. And thank you for adding me. I had a chance to catch up with Mr. Parsons and we realized that there are some deadlines and then the time between this meeting and the next, I said, oh boy. So thank you. I really appreciate it. The trip's pretty straightforward, but I did include the entire packet with all the details. So I'm happy to answer any questions. The bullet points, the kids are hoping we could go have the trip the Monday and Tuesday of graduation week. So the 9th and the 10th. And then their graduation would be later on that week on the Friday. They opted for Ocean Place Resort and Spa, which is in the Jersey Shore, but the northern part. So not near like all the boardwalk stuff. It's just right on the beach. And that's kind of where they went with their voting process. They started voting about the trip and talking about it and proposing ideas and looking into options back in December. So they had sent out a few different Google Forms from what's a reasonable cost people might be willing to pay, just to get a feel for like where they needed to stay within a reasonable cost, and then what kind of locations based on that. So they did a really great job this year. So this is where the students voted based on what ended up on the sort of final options. The cost is roughly $200 per student. That is significantly less than it's been in the past couple of years, which is great. The New York City trip, I think, was over $300. Last year, when they proposed trying to do a trip, I know it was more than that, which was part of some of the issues. The total costs, and these are again not final numbers, because obviously, like if students decide that they don't want to go or aren't able, is around 27,000. And again, that comes from some of the money from their own account through our student activities with the class of 2025, or what the students may have to come up with. And right now they have a few additional fundraisers that are coming up still. So they're hoping to really be able to subsidize the majority of the cost to make it, really affordable. As of now, we have a confirmed number going of 64, which is fantastic. It's right around what we had in New York a couple years ago. So it's a good number. We'll probably go with the 6 chaperones, a combination of the 2 class advisors, probably either myself, Dr. Dawson, one of us, both of us, and 1 or 2 other chaperones who would be employees. And then right now they have 2 buses because of the number of students, 16 student rooms and 3 chaperone rooms. The cost includes the breakfast. So, and the good news is if, say, 15 or so kids were to decide they can't go, the cost really won't change because they'll not have the need for 2 buses. So it really has worked out pretty well at this point where they've been able to get it. A little bit about the resort. And there's some cancellation stuff if you had any questions on that. Right now, when they commit, which they're ready to, if everything goes through, they'll put down a $2,000 deposit, which wouldn't be refundable. But beyond that, the travel agent, by the way, local woman, her name's Dawn Kidd, and she's done all this pro bono for the class, which is really awesome. So I did want to thank her. She will work to see to try to get it as much recouped if that were to be the case. I know last year there was a little snafu with some of the when we had to cancel, but this is a totally different situation going through Dawn with the travel agent piece. And so, and she's been great. The kids have really appreciated it and I think learned a lot. So the amenities there, it's right on the beach. So kids we'd be on the beach, they have a bunch of beach games. I'll talk with Dr. Dawson, see if we can bring a few that we have, and have some fun on the beach. There's a pool. We could take a small group if they wanted, to check out the arcades. There's a lot of stuff kind of in walking distance. But again, not a boardwalk, not that part of the Jersey Shore. It's kind of a smaller community, northern part of the Jersey Shore. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, it's Long Branch, right? New Jersey.
Mhm.
That's what it is. Yeah, so it's like 20 to 30 minutes east of Princeton, New Jersey. It's very north. It's just over the border.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're away from the Wildwood and the Sea Isle, and
Yeah.
compared to those, it's a very safe environment.
Yes, it's a different kind of Jersey Shore vibe than what might come to mind, maybe.
Come on, it's not the Atlantic City Boardwalk.
Old Orchard Beach.
And I don't think we'll get any cameos from Snooki or anybody. Sure. It's not that kind of trip. No, the kids are excited. They, like I said, they, did their homework. They did a good job making sure they were soliciting ideas pretty early on. And, the number of kids that already committed is really great. So
Yeah, I apologize. I should have said, I'm originally from that area, so I'm saying it is safe. I was just,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Sounds like fun.
All right, so do I have no further questions? Do I have a motion to move this? Because they have to have the deposit in by tomorrow, it looks like.
Gonna make a motion to approve the senior class trip.
Second?
All right, any comments? All in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you
Fabulous.
very much.
Jen?
Welcome.
All right. Okay, so we are tabling the academic calendar and the CKLA update until we have the full board here, so we can have real conversations and a presentation for everyone with the CKLA. So we will move on to old business, which is school board goals. I don't know if you have any
Yeah,
updates?
I could just give a quick update. So this evening at the facilities committee meeting, we continued to work on issues related to number 4, the capital improvement plan, by dealing with the water tank and the liner for that. And the facilities committee also voted to replace the pole vault pit. And I just wanted to say again that for the public that the use of the money from the rent from the middle school has really helped us because it paid for both of those items. Now that the capital improvement plan has been adopted, we are going to start really moving forward with that work as soon as possible once we have a budget for next year. We really hope that the funds that we've reallocated in the budget for the purpose of capital improvements will support that work along with the rent that we've received. And it's important to remember that in addition to the rent that we've received for the middle school's also been renovated by the tenants that are in it. So the building's being maintained on short-term leases while we receive the benefit of the funds that go into the facilities use revolving fund. So things are going very well with number 4. Number 3, developing the vision for the Sanborn Regional School District is an area that we need to continue working on once we get through the next few weeks. It's something that we've had some preliminary conversations about, but it definitely is going to be a hot item. That's a 2 or 3 year goal. So that we have not been making as much progress on recently, but we had worked on it quite a bit in the fall. Hopefully once the budget season is done, we can start having more conversations about that. And then for number 1 and 2, Mr. Rocher was going to come this evening to talk about CKLA, the reading initiative at the elementary level. We decided to hold on that update just because we had 3 board members that weren't here and we wanted hopefully a full quorum of the board to hear that presentation. She's preparing information about the NEASC process. She should have the report back in March. And so she will be coming probably to the next few board meetings, if not all of them, until the end of the year to give regular updates about numbers 1 and 2. So we're plugging along. And I just wanted to say that I've really enjoyed this year having this as an agenda item because it's helped me to stay focused on those things with the administrative team and to continue giving you updates. And the next few meetings, they're going to be longer updates. Christine will come for quite a while and give a lot of detail about number 1.
Great.
So I just want you all to know that she was planning to do 20 minutes tonight, but didn't make sense if Jeremiah, Ken, and Heather weren't here and then have to explain it all to them again. Let's do it when everyone can be here.
Tom, did you just want to touch on number 4 again and just maybe link in the Siemens decision and how that's gonna?
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Really excited. Thank you. The facilities committee this evening voted to engage in an energy audit by Siemens, a company that focuses on that type of work, a worldwide company. And we'll have that information posted on the website. And if anyone has any questions about that, Mr. Malilla would be happy to answer them. Feel free to give him a call. The energy audit will help us, as we talked about in the meeting, that this building, for example, is a beautiful building. Our custodians do an amazing job. Thank you very much for all that you do to maintain the facility and make it so nice for the students in the community. And behind all that hard work, we have an aging infrastructure. So the boilers, the water systems, the sprinkler systems, the amazing things that happened in this auditorium when we upgraded all the auditorium systems. These things are 20 years old, even though the building looks amazing. So that's just this building. Some of the other buildings are 30, 40 or more years old. and have aging items that need to be addressed. So the energy audit will help us to address those things, hopefully in the most cost-effective way possible. And so there'll be a lot more information about that coming out as we move through that process. Mr. Edelman, did I cover the core of what you were suggesting?
Yeah, did you cover the guaranteed savings?
Oh, yeah. So an energy audit has guaranteed savings. So the company will do the audit and then they will do the work for a certain amount of money. And if we don't get the return on investment in savings and energy costs, then they actually cut us back a check. And I'm very excited about this. We've worked on this for a long time. I would like to thank Dan Doyle and Matt Malilla for their hard work on getting us to this point where we've selected a company that will now begin the process of negotiating and doing the energy audit. And then we'll be informing the community regularly about that work as part of these updates.
Fabulous. All right, thank you. Comfort Support Dog at Memorial.
Thank you. I did meet with Officer Oljay and Principal Larkham last week, and then I got an email from Officer Oljay again today. He is still working on the insurance for the Comfort Dog, and he's just waiting to hear back from 2 companies and to find out how to do the binder and everything. So he's in progress. He's hoping to know more by Monday. And the PTO has also been having active conversations about how to raise the funds to support that, recognizing that the board first has to accept and go through the process and the steps that I outlined at our previous meeting. But it is all moving forward. Officer Oljay was a little bit, he just felt bad that it was taking a little bit longer than he thought to get the quote for the insurance. But he is actively working on it. So he's just kind of in a holding pattern waiting for them to get back to him.
All right, great, thank you.
Welcome.
And I would like to ask the board if I could add one, I guess it's not really an agenda item specifically. I need to make a modification to the Personnel Policy Subcommittee. So over the next month plus until reassignments after voting, we're going to have probably a couple of meetings, and with work schedules, illness, all of that, it's going to be challenging and things are going to be very time sensitive. So I talked to Tom and we came up with, I think, a plan that works. So as board chair, I can cover any subcommittee without having to have the board approve that. I can go and cover for anybody. But when there's not enough people in the meeting I'm supposed to be in, like tonight, we had to cancel the subcommittee. So if no one's opposed, I'm going to move Heather onto personnel policy for the next month plus to cover my seat so that we should be able to take care of all the business for the next little bit until reassignments happen. So everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
We don't need an official like motion or anything.
The schedules and figuring that out.
Yeah, just want to make sure we can keep things moving, and I think that allows us the most flexibility. So awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So, wow, how did we get that through this so fast? So next meeting agenda. So the first session of the annual school district meeting, the deliberative, is happening right now after this meeting at 7 o'clock, right here in the auditorium at the high school. Second session of the annual school district meeting will be held Tuesday, March 11th, 2025, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the Swayze Gymnasium on the seminary campus for Kingston voters, and at 8D Merrimack Road, the fire rescue station for Newton voters. The next meeting of the Sanborn Regional School Board will be held on Wednesday, March 19th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the library at the Sanborn Regional High School. But like I said, we may have to have some subcommittee meetings between now and then. So keep watching on the agenda, on the calendar. Yes.
Did we offer a second public?
Oh, you know what? I did not. I
Yeah,
forgot.
just,
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Second public comment.
so.
Nope,
Scott.
I appreciate it, Rick. Thanks for the catch. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll have my gavel. Meeting adjourned. All right.